Welcome to Living Like Vacation, the show where we live our best life and find others doing the same. I'm Joe.
And I'm Gary.
We're glad you joined us. Let's live like vacation.
Today we're podcasting from the Freshwater Brewing Company. When you're looking for a nice cold beverage or family fun, Freshwater is the place to be. On the web at freshwaterbeerco.com. Today we have two special guests, and they're going to talk to us about one of our favorite living like vacation lifestyle items, beverages and fun.
Exactly. And first up, we have to set a few ground rules. Ever gone on a vacation with a friend that's ready to go home as soon as you get there? Like maybe they go to the bar and they're just not feeling it.
You know, it's never a good thing when you're getting started on a vacation. I've been on a vacation.
I have too, and I've actually gone downtown New Bern before, and we go to the bar, and when we get there, just the person's not feeling it.
It's just a negative.
Yeah, so this is not the place for that today. We're going to have nothing but fun. So I like to set the ground rules because this is a vacation podcast. We want to keep it positive. So no negative stuff.
We're in the positive zone?
The positive zone,
okay.
yes.
Every day above ground is a vacation.
That's right. Yeah, that's how we get there. So
yes.
So Gary, can you introduce our guests?
Sure. First up, we have Pete from Brewery 99, the original brewery in Craven County.
The very first brewery in Craven County, that is correct.
Well, welcome.
We're going on 7 years now.
Nice.
It's awesome.
Second, we have Brandon from our sponsor today, our location sponsor, Brandon from the Freshwater Brewery. Welcome, Brandon.
Thank you very much. Hey guys, just happy to follow in the steps of the Godfather, Mr. Frey.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and start with the first question. So, talk to us a little bit about the Beermuda Triangle. I mean, that's been the designation of this place. Obviously, we're seeing it in some magazines and whatnot now. How did the whole thing come about? You know, did three establishments just pop out of nowhere, or was it coordinated? I'm going to start with Brandon.
Sure. Absolutely not coordinated. Like I say, Pete was the first brewery in Eastern North Carolina, and I'm very excited to follow in his footsteps. And I'm a long way off of to get to a stature like he has created and with a vibe in town. But no, you know, JD over from Tap That across the street, you know, purchased that establishment about 2 years ago. I purchased this building 2 years ago. He opened a year ago before me. But Pete, you know, everybody's super familiar with his location behind the Chelsea and the awesome place that he had. But that his lease, I believe, came about, and he bought a beautiful property here about 300 yards from us, and just it kind of all came together. Mm-hmm. And you know, I'm really excited about this because this part of town is becoming a very exciting place. It's going to be the future of New Bern. I really believe that. And it's really nice to be able to, you know, park in the city's parking lot next to us, come from Freshwater, Tap That, Brewery 99, and people are going that triangle. And it is very exciting, so I'm very happy.
So how is brewing beer, now you and I talked about this earlier, how is brewing beer living like vacation? And how is it an escape from the 9 to 5?
It's not really an escape. We start at 4 in the morning.
Oh, do you really?
We brew all day, but we all love what we do. Everyone's happy, and that's mainly my job, is to make sure everyone's happy.
Yeah, so you're doing what you love and really kind of found a way to make that a daily thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and so is it that way for you as well? Or I mean, I know that you've got a lot of irons in the fire right now, but is brewing beer and being in the beer environment, is that kind of an escape for you, or is it?
It's absolutely an escape. And the brewing, you know, part for me, unlike Pete, he and came from similar, I think, areas when Pete started. I believe he had a couple beers on tap, guest taps, and that's kind of where I'm at. I've got to get there. I've got to put my hands in the pot, get wet, fill it out. I'm not like a professional brewer like Pete, Frey. But we'll get there, and that's just kind of where I'm at.
Nice. Now, Pete, you have been doing this longer. As we said earlier, you're the original in town. You're the OG around here. You had the other location downtown. Give us some high points. You know, some of the big things that's happened to you along the way.
The very first idea to, I guess, I had two other jobs that were not real exciting to go to wake up. You know, I wasn't really as excited as I am now to go to work.
What kind of things were you
I was a
doing?
boat builder and a baker,
Nice.
and they were great. I learned a lot and had a good time doing it, and I still use those skills to this day. And but the brewery was just going to be a third job. I was going to go back to my other jobs with just maybe a couple more dollars in my pocket to pay back everybody that I borrowed money from me lunch the previous week. I was going to brew 12 barrels a year, and that quickly grew to the point where we knew that we weren't going to our building that we started in was too small. So we bought this building down the street 2 years ago and put a roof on it, brought it up to code, and started brewing in there. And then the tap room followed just last May. And we're probably going to brew 20 barrels this month.
You're up big from that 12 annually, huh?
Yeah. With 6 employees too.
Do you think the baker job, is that the one that's played? 'Cause, you know, you
I was a
used
baker
to-
before I was a brewer.
Is that the closest, or the boat building?
There are a lot
What's
of
the one. How is boat building similar to brewing? I guess.
Oh, well, I had to build the brewery, you know,
Yeah.
the plumbing and electrical and carpentry.
Think about
and,
that. Huh.
you know, these hands pretty much built everything. I've got all the tools to build another one and keep going. But the bakery was more like brewing,
Yeah,
same ingredients.
that's great. You built the whole thing from scratch.
Where do you learn to brew beer? I mean, is it, you know, did you
Lots of books.
just
I
reading
read-
books? Okay, I mean,
I have an extensive library. I'm pretty cautious before I do anything. So before I even brewed a batch of beer, I read every book that was available on beer. And before I started the business, I actually went to work for a bigger brewery to learn how to go, you know, to make a lot of beer.
Right.
I was making small batches of beer, and I needed to learn how to make big batches of beer. That was a great experience because I learned the things that I love to do and the things that I don't like to do. And we're doing all the things that I like to do now.
Nice.
Make beer and put it in your hands and see the people that are drinking the beer, talk to the people.
so I'm a preacher's kid, and growing up a preacher's kid, we were not supposed to drink any alcohol. But then I found out that there's this thing downtown called Beer Church. And that kind of tickled me. Is that something that still goes on? I mean, I heard that you had that kind of going on for a little bit there. Is that something still going on?
Yeah, we because I had my other two jobs, the only hours I had available were Friday and Saturday from 2 to 10, and then that way I could still work I could work 3 jobs that way. I had to keep those hours though. Slowly I quit those other jobs, but Friday and Saturday 2 to 10 worked for years and years and years. And then the pandemic came along, and we put a big tent up outside our tap room and built an outdoor bar and just started. I mean, that's when sales went gangbusters. And I'm not sure where I'm going with
So
this.
you're going to tell us what we want to hear. What happened during Beer Church? What exactly?
Oh, Beer Church. Yeah. So that was just like another few hours of the week to add income, and it was fun on Sundays because they changed the law where you could serve beer at 10 o'clock in the morning. So we had free pancakes and beer from 10 till 4 in the afternoon or something, just to add a few hours and have some fun.
You know, there's not a lot open in New Bern on Sunday, so I mean that was something that would be fun to just look forward to.
Good pancakes.
Yeah, good pancakes and beer. That's pretty good.
Now, Brandon, you have some ties to California, which is aka the land of living late vacation.
Yes, sir.
What inspirations have you incorporated in your East Coast operation?
I live 2 blocks from the beach in California,
Oh,
which was very nice.
Where were you? What part?
San Diego.
Oh.
La Jolla. Beautiful place. I don't know if you guys have been out there, but absolutely stunning. Hard living, expensive, right? So, you know, I have a 14-year-old son. My wife, we moved here in 2013, and it was a great move for us because, you know, California is expensive, let's be honest, right? You know, gas, $4 or $5 a gallon at this point, cost of living, oh my goodness. But came to New Bern to try to get to vacation because I feel like we're able to do this here. New Bern is an absolutely phenomenal place. I love it every day. Every year, the older I get, it gets better. Friends, meeting people, and I feel like I'm on vacation. And being able to do this, all from scratch, it's just what I really wanted to do. You know what I mean? So that, I guess that's vacation, right?
Yeah.
If there's something you really want to do and you feel happy about it, you're living like vacation.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
You know, and I look around and, you know, this place is designed well, and I just get, you know, from my time, I lived out there for about a year and a half, I just get some of those feel, you know, it's that kind of that look. I mean, did some of the look come from there?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've done a lot of travels. I've traveled quite a bit around the world. I've been a little bit here and there, and that's absolutely right, Gary. It's just kind of taken all that into perspective and put it into this place. I feel like, you know, New Bern, you know, we needed this. A place to just come, feel comfortable, have good beers, and hang out, you know, just have fun.
Did you know, I mean, when you were, all right, we're moving to North Carolina, this is the spot, let's go open up a brewery after I did construction for a couple of years? Or did this come after? Did you just?
I have always wanted to do this.
Oh, okay.
I can remember, you know, telling my father for years, like, Dad, we need to open a bar, an establishment, to, you know, because people want to come, want to hang out. He's like, you're crazy.
Oh, they all want to come.
Yeah, they all want to come. But I knew honestly about 3 years ago this is what I really wanted to do. I kind of dabbled in some things before as Pete's aware of. We had a little business with a partner, and this is what I wanted to do. And you know, as hard as this was, to make it reality, I had to make it happen, and here we are. So
Now, I've got a question for you. When you first did the whole, what you're doing now, it was sort of new for New Bern. I mean, did you think it would get to where it's at now, that you would be, you know, self-sustaining in this new building that you've got and all this? I mean, did you see all that, or was it just going to be more of like a little secondary
I didn't
thing?
expect it to grow like it has.
I mean, it's like beer now is almost like, we were talking about this earlier. It's almost like coffee shops. Like all these breweries are opening up, and people, you know, they'll go and have a couple beers at you. They'll go somewhere else. It's almost a good thing there's sort of a vibe to that goes there.
From the history and all the reading I did, I always believed that it would work. That beer has been around for thousands and thousands of years, and it seemed like a no-brainer to me. I didn't think it was going to get to the size it was. I really thought I was going to do 12 barrels a year and keep building boats and working in the bakery and having the beer. But I really did. I mean, when I was in the planning stages, looking at the numbers, and I always believed it would work.
How do you pick, you know, what's your inspiration behind each flavor that you do?
I make the beers that I have always loved to drink. They're pretty basic beers. There's one that's kind of crazy, but it's made without hops, but it's actually, the style of beer has been brewed for thousands and thousands of years. Hops are new on the scene. They've only been around for a couple hundred years. So, but they're basic. I mean, we've got 2 lagers and 6 ales, and we have this brew that's also an ale. They're not real flashy, you know. There's not marshmallows and pineapple and all this crazy stuff. They're basic beers and that's what I like, and that's what we brew.
Do you do them seasonally as well?
We have a seasonal tap, yes. So right now we're drinking our Maibach. It's a German lager that's brewed to be consumed in May, and That's about to switch to the wheat beer, brewed with orange peel, coriander, and chamomile. It's a wheat beer. That's coming up next, and we also have, this winter we're gonna have an imperial barrel aged stout, and then after that we go into the back to the Oktoberfest. Before that, sorry, I skipped the Marzen. We've got a spiced, also a spiced lager, Marzen, and then is the imperial stout, and back to the Maibach, and then the wit. So there are 4 seasonals.
Really enjoying getting into the planning.
But the Gruit, we use also use seasonal things. So like tomorrow we're brewing the Gruit with the Nelson's Blueberry Farm, fermented with blueberries from Nelson's Blueberry Farm.
Oh wow,
Nice.
that's all local stuff,
Yeah,
local
Yeah,
ingredients.
we grow our
Yeah.
own lemongrass, and we grow our own jalapeno peppers that also go in that Gruit. The Gruit gets all the crazy stuff.
It's tasty.
How does that differ from what they're doing out in California? Is there a difference, or I mean, obviously there's different
Yeah, I mean,
fruits and veggies.
breweries in general, I mean, they're, like Pete says, hell, you could do a birthday cake. I mean, people are literally putting anything in a beer, but I think to Pete's point, he's sticking with the awesome local ingredients, keeping it simple. And you know what? Pete is he's doing a really good thing down there. It's taken a long time to get to the point where he's at, but man, he's got a following, and his beer is absolutely phenomenal. We've had the triples here, we've had the lemongrass, what he just spoke about on tap here, and man, it sells out like crazy. And you can bring it to church. That's right. So yeah, you know, what's wrong with that? But it's just sky's the limit.
Yeah.
It's just what style a brewer picks and just goes for it and makes it happen.
Where do you see, what's the long game with the Beermuda Triangle? Like, where do you see this going? Because obviously you were a visionary, really, and
Sure.
where you kind of got it started, and then now you see it, and you could see that it was going to be something. Where do you see it going further?
If I had it my way, there would be more breweries, more brewers, more brewery workers. So there would be more of a beer culture. The brewers that I hang out with are few and far between, and I would love to be able to hang out with a bunch of brewers. If you go to Asheville or Raleigh, that's there. You can meet the people that make the beer and brew the beer and keg the beer and wash the kettles and grind them all. I would like more of that.
I just recently was in Asheville, and that was part of it. Part of it was, bouncing around to all these different breweries, and that in itself is almost like a vacation. I mean, that was really the highlight of that trip, was just kind of bouncing, and I mean, just the atmosphere is different in each one of them, and the what they have on tap is different, and it's just a culture. It's really just kind of a culture thing. As far as
It's like going around to a bunch of waterfalls, but you can actually enjoy and drink.
Yeah.
And I think to the Pete's point there a little bit, it is like a vacation for myself, my wife, my friends to go to in Asheville, to go to Raleigh, to go to a Wilmington, but why not New Bern?
yeah,
You know what I mean? And Pete hit it right on the head. I want 10 breweries between Pete and I, even though we're 300 yards away. Let's make it, a destination. Let's go to New Bern for the weekend. Let's stop at every place, drink a beer, hang out, meet people, and what Pete's saying, creating jobs, and just, hopefully we'll get there.
Or you're sharing a vision, which is great.
Sure.
And that's benefiting the hotel, so that's,
Yeah. Sure.
More people are going to come and enjoy this.
It's funny that you guys keep saying vacation, because last Monday, my girlfriend and I walked down we live right here. I live right next to the brewery, basically.
Okay.
But we walked to Cream of Brew early in the morning, got coffee and some coffee cake. We keep a boat up on the Trent River, so then we went and got on the boat. We tied the boat up right down here at Lorenco Park and walked to the brewery, and my people were there. They were making beer. Had another guy installing a new sound system. We helped them a little bit, had lunch at home, then walked back to the boat. Went to my dad's house. He's got a pool in the backyard. We swam in the pool, and it went on to the point where I said, we worked and it was our days off, but it felt just like being on vacation.
Yeah.
It's a great day.
Yeah. We have everything really that you could really want to do here. I mean, we really do. We're
Absolutely.
very fortunate. Very fortunate.
Close to the beach, beautiful weather. We're on vacation.
That's right.
24
Yeah.
7 days a week.
How do you create that environment that you're describing, where people feel like they're on vacation when they're locals? How do you create that in your environment here?
Making them feel welcome, having fun, bands, food trucks, cornhole in the front, fire pits. Just, they can be 2 miles from their house, but if they're having fun, you're on vacation. And that's the whole point of all this. Just have fun,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job. But how about you, Pete?
I think that I try not to micromanage at all. I've trained them to do things, and then I step back and I let them make their own decisions, set their own hours. We know what we need to get done. They can do it whenever they want to. They can work they have one of my guys homeschools his kids, so he can still brew, do all the work he needs to do, and teach his kids, and go on date night with his wife. All my employees set their own schedules, and I don't micromanage them at all. So I think it makes them, gives them the feeling that they're actually making their own decisions.
That's remarkable.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I think that whole mindset is a future mindset.
Right, and I also believe that the only way that Brewery 99 is going to succeed and go on in the future is if I do step back and let these new people come in and take it in a direction that they see fit. And, that's how we'll survive.
They'll live like
I
vacation.
love it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's perfect.
Let them prove themselves, and absolutely, I love it.
Well, you've done a terrific job here, and JD over at Tap
Yes, tap
right?
that directly across the street.
Yeah, he's
Correct.
done a great job too. He's got a nice sports bar over there. They have a lot of live shows, and a lot of games out there in the yard.
They stay super busy. Cornhole boards. Like I say, JD is a little bit more focused on the sports bar, but the amount of talent and stuff that he's bringing in, it's very impressive.
Yeah.
Dueling pianos, some really phenomenal bands, and like I say, it's just great. We're working together and being on vacation, and it couldn't be better because there are times where people see things as competition, and it's just like Pete and I, JD, it's like there is no competition.
Yeah, we're
Like
not
I say,
sensing that.
yeah, we're here to support one another, help one another, and just get it done. Just let's bring New Bern up.
That's
So
right.
That's what we're here to do.
Well, if you're looking to find a way to live like vacation, give the Beermuda Triangle a try. And this is where it's at. This is where it's at. So thank you very much. We're going to continue with our sponsors here. So here we go. This is Gary's favorite part. So I'll let you start it out, Gary.
Well, 2 official ones
Yes.
this week.
Yes.
So we actually do have the Freshwater Beer Company.
Yes.
Our location sponsor of the evening. When you're looking for a nice cold beverage or family fun, Freshwater is the place to be. They're on the web at freshwaterbeerco.com. Is that right? Did I get it correct?
Correct. That's right.
Is there a tagline I need to
Yes, sir.
learn? You don't have
I
a
have to ask
tagline
my
yet?
wife for that.
Okay. We'll get you one.
And our other sponsor is Brewery 99, the first brewery in Craven County and the 99th brewery in the state of North Carolina. You can find them on the web at brewery99.com.
And we like to say we're on the verge of excellence.
Oh, excellent. Oh,
Yeah,
yes. See? Power of a tagline.
Yes.
It works every time.
We have sunglass contacts. When it's too bright outside for regular contacts, try sunglass contacts. Never squint again.
And their pillow. Never worry about your own drool again. Yes.
That's an odd one.
That's an odd one.
Interesting.
Blacklight candles. see what you've been missing with black light candles.
Yes, yes.
Don't
So-
light those
What's
with
a black
that.
light?
Yeah, black like that.
It's like a black light, but it's a candle.
Yes, it's a
Neon.
candle. Neon, yeah.
Yeah, really sets the mood.
Would have been cool to have that in high school.
Yeah.
Where'd you get them?
Yeah. Spencer?
Oh,
Yes.
they're just coming out.
They're just
You
coming.
know,
Yes, yes. Amazon.
The sponsors are ahead of the products
Yes.
themselves.
That'd be nice for Halloween.
Yes, it would
Yeah,
be.
that's right.
Well, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Let's live like
Cheers.
vacation. Yes, cheers.
Like,
Beautiful. Great job.